Well, good morning guys, and welcome back to Westcliff Koi Pond. It's been another, 11, 12 days since we posted the last video. I've got something to talk about on this one. Right, it started off with that big boy down there, who we called Thomas. He had that horrible slime coat on him, and I think on one of the last videos I was saying about we popped him into a salt bath. Just popped him into a salt bath for 15 minutes, and it seemed to take the slime coat off. Well, it certainly took 80% of it off anyway, but he still weren't right. So we took him out and I gave him another bath. I gave him another salt bath and gave him one for 20 minutes. Because he still wasn't eating. He'd go down the bottom, and as soon as all the other boys and girls were coming up eating, he'd just sit down on the bottom. So I'll give it a few more days, and I took him out again, and this time we gave him a salt bath and I left him in there for a half hour, which he did seem to appreciate, to be quite honest, because he was up. He come out of there within a couple of hours. He was up feeding. I mean, as soon as you go near the pond now, he just wants more food. That's all he wants, food. But had a couple of fish. There was just coming up to this top shelf where I put the plants, or where the pump's sitting there, and they were just didn't flash. It was more of a flick, just off that top shelf there. I said to the wife, that's not right. They're flicking off, you know. They weren't flashing. I say, it weren't a flash, it was a flick. So we've done a water test on there, and the nitrites were really high. There's like 0.6. I think we used a JBL test kit, and it was between 0.6 and 0.8, which is quite worrying. So I started off doing a 50% water change, and I think I went a little bit further than that actually. It might have been 60%. I should have videoed it really. The pond here was virtually half empty. Oh, look at this, look, these boys are wanting a little bit of food, I think. So yeah, the pond was almost virtually half empty. So cleaned we filled up again. I think we've done another nitrite test, and it was still around about 0.4. So I said, well, I'm gonna clean the filters. I say the filter I've got there is a pressure filter. It's an auto spin clean, so it's not one of them ones where you have to wind up. These are just press a button, it just pumps it out. So as I say, to clean this, all you do is you get that blue nozzle, or the blue dial, twist that to the side and it points to the garden. You let that run for about 5, 6, might be 10 minutes, and then an alarm goes off. As soon as that alarm goes off, you just twist this handle and it pumps all the filth either straight out to drain, or I change the hoses over outside and it pumps out and it waters the garden. So normally when we clean this, there's 7 sponges inside there, and normally they are really quite manky. One of the times we've done this, one of the guys come over from YouTube, Jim, from It's What I Do. If you've not heard of him, pop over to Jim's channel, It's What I Do, and I believe he's got a video on there cleaning Ron's filters. So he come over and he give me a hand to clean this one once, and the bottom sponges, well, all the sponges really, were absolutely rotten, filthy, absolutely filthy. So we give them a real good wash when he was over, and I think we went too far. We took too much out. I hosed all the muck out the bottom of it and everything, and so I went too far. But took these out. The sponges were really quite clean actually. All what was in the sponges was leaves, all the leaf debris off the bottom of the pond, and obviously fish poo. All I done was I just separated, just rather than taking the sponges right out and give them a wash in the pond water, I just opened the sponges up and just hosed between the sponges, and then I put the hoover in and drained it right down, and just round the edges, right at the very bottom, down here, right at the very bottom, there's a lip round the bottom there, which was absolutely caked up with fish poo, and in the middle there was another big dollop of it. So I just sucked all that out, all that filth, put them back in, started it all up again. 2 days time, bosh, done another filter or another test on the pond. I used 2 different test kits. I used the Colombo test kit, which just came up white. So on that is if it just shows up white, it's got on there 000. So absolutely spotlessly clean really. And then on the JBL test kit, it comes up as 0.1, which I'm more than happy with. But the thing is, when we were doing a test, the water tests, and we was at 0.4 in the pond, I said to the wife, just give the just test the tap water just coming out of the taps indoors. And sure enough, she tests the tap water and it was at 0.2. The drinking water, 0.2. And I said, well, that can't be right, surely it's... So we looked online and then looked on the water board, and well, they say it's permissible to still pump out, and you'd have 0.5 in your drinking water. Well, that's disgusting, isn't it? So anybody's got problems with water tests, check your tap water. Can't be stressed enough really. Check what's coming into your property. Because I mean, if you're trying to get this down, I mean, at the moment then, going on that, if this is 0.1, this is, the water in here is cleaner than what's coming out the taps. This is a bit frightening, isn't it? So, as you can see at the moment, these boys and girls are very pleased with what I've done. And well, they are coming up. They're actually feeding out your hand at the moment. Well, they have here, not at the moment. I've got bare fingers and they're still at it. Ouch! And they've got some suck on them, I tell you. Come on, boys. Come on in. Come on in. Oh! Oh, here comes Big Thomas. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. He's grabbed hold of my finger then and just shook his head. Oh. As you can see, they're very friendly fish. They all feed from your hand. Obviously, when you think this is still like relatively winter, isn't it? The pond's still only at 10.2. It says that it had been up to 11, but say the temperatures the last couple of nights have dropped down to just 4 degrees overnight. So it's been chilly mornings. They do say the temperatures are going to rise again this week, up to Wednesday, Thursday, like 17, 18 degrees. And then back down again, but you just can't tell, can you? I mean, this afternoon, I mean, look at this at the moment, it's absolutely gorgeous here. Still a bit chilly, the wind's very cold, but we've got rain coming in this afternoon, heavy rain I reckon, coming in from the west. So, not looking forward to that. I'd just like to say thanks to all the views on the last video, much appreciated. Thanks for your comments, they're also very, very much appreciated. As I say, there's nothing worse than doing a video and you don't get any comments. It's very nice to have a comment. Very nice to have a subscription. I've got a few more subscriptions, much appreciated. I think a couple of subscriptions come from Guernsey. So pleased to have you aboard, you people over there in Guernsey. So anyway, I'm going to leave this one here. Again, thanks for all the views I had on the last video, much appreciated. And hopefully we get some more views. And any comments about the nitrites, put it in the comments, I'd be much appreciated. Look forward to hearing from you. All the best. Cheers, guys.